we have it. Alright, let's see here. Back to make it a little. Time to work out, fellas. Man, headache today. I was trying to wait for it to pass. Because actually I had one of my clients couldn't make it in, so it was done earlier than anticipated. But the headache is kind of real. Yo, what's up, P? The headache is real today. You are first, I think. Congratulations. You have one brownie points. All right, so today's plan for the workout. So yeah, definitely easing into it. So we're still gonna work up to a set of 1. I've done I did 2 sets, either 270 or 275 the one day. For sure, gonna at least be 287. 302. That's Larson. Like that. That should be good. So how's it going? It's going good. It's just kind of a headache today, honestly. A little bit rough, but I think there's some allergies that's kind of high. Took my allergy medicine about 20-ish minutes ago. I think it might be helping a little bit. How are you doing today? What have you been playing as of recent? One second here. %, Super Mario Odyssey. All right. Woo, man. Yo, what's up, Naroji? Give me 1 second again. I just feel like now that the nose is just working how it should, I've just had to like blow my nose. Like the stuff that I'm filtering out is crazy. Like it just must have been stuck all up in there. The way it's like coming out now. TMI, I don't know, maybe. Oh, I mean, I would say I'm pretty much just back to normal now. All is well. Yeah, it just feels like not, like, I guess, you know. Oh yeah, for sure improvement. Absolutely. Smell, breathing, and sleeping's been better too. There's just been some kind of one-off scenarios. Like, my lord, there was one morning I woke up, and it was like 78 in my room. I legit feel like I just got out of a sauna. But yeah, the first night that I got the stents taken out and I was able to sleep in whatever position I wanted to. Oh my gosh, it was great. I slept the whole night through. Felt great. And I think this morning I woke up too. I had to use the bath, I had to use the restroom, and man, I was just like thirsty. I don't think that I had much success falling back to sleep, I guess. But yeah, overall definitely better for sure. Yeah, I've just been I don't know, the past few days, like I said, I've just been having so much that I'm just kind of expelling, I guess. Like having to blow the nose and yeah, just clear the nose. You need to change the filter and you just haven't changed it in a while, then as soon as you put that new one in, it's just working overtime. That's what it feels like. Oh yeah, they definitely covered most of it. It's still, yeah, it still ended up being about 2,500-ish, but that is definitely a fraction of what it would have been, Definitely still was kind of easing into the workouts. Colonoscopy is crazy. I really should, since I basically hit my deductible, I should probably just get everything checked out. That's crazy. Slow codes. That's crazy. Well, see, that's the thing too, I kind of was doing my research on it, and typically, if you were to go to a plastic surgeon to have septoplasty done, they almost like don't cover that one quite as frequently, right? Like it's really, they gotta make sure that there's, I guess, that you're really not going in for cosmetic changes, or you're not going into a professional that's, I guess, specializes in cosmetic changes. My nose job was purely for medical purposes. That's crazy. Think they would have known if I said I want to look like the Giga Chad? Give me that Giga Chad look. And I'm like, man, how do I get this slowpoke person to stop acting like such a clown all the time? How do I get him to stop acting like such a goofy goober in the chat? Alright, this headache is, it's starting to go away, thankfully. Thing had me dying there for a little bit. About to be vibing. Alright, 245. Yeah, the goal today, yeah, it'll probably be like a 287-ish. Maybe a little bit heavier. We're starting to get, you know, kind of into some heavier weights. Oh boy, man. Ugh. There we go. Man, the leg sessions this week. Okay, so I did legs, what was it, Tuesday? And I thought I was really gonna be sore, but the next couple days it wasn't too bad. But like yesterday, I woke up and it almost felt like my quad was strained. And of course, like I had to do like my quad focused leg day, and Are you still at or back to your pre-surgery lifting strength? No, it'll take longer than that. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Plus, it's like I haven't even really been kind of testing it to that point. So like they recommended that, like, of course, after like a week-ish, you can start to get back to it. They get rid of the 10-pound restriction, but that doesn't necessarily mean they really expect the average person to go and like deadlift like 500 pounds or anything like that. So yeah, I'm trying to be smart about it, just because I'd prefer if it was that I only had to have it done once, right? Like I don't want any issues or complications. What did you do? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just some really like delayed muscle soreness, because like I said, the first couple days were really like not that bad. I was actually surprised I wasn't more sore, and it feels better today. So there is one thing that's kind of like in the back of my mind too, that I've been like a little bit of like precautious about. Cause I had it done and everything like that. There's a few weird instances of like, I think I was just like trying to stretch back here in my forearm, like tighten up super hard, and then like it was painful for a couple days. Like it was almost like I strained it. And I'm like, that's really weird. And I did the same thing to the other one, and I just recalled like that I knew that there was an antibiotic, that there was a little bit of like an associated risk with tendon rupture. I'm like, oh man, I really hope like this isn't the one that they gave me. Like I have like working out to get back to. I don't want a higher risk of some tendon injury. Which wasn't that one specifically, like the one that's very known for it, right? Like fluoroquinolone is the one that very associated with tendon rupture. I had cephalexin, which I think there's still actually a little bit of an association, but it's not as much of a big deal as the other one, I guess. Cause yeah, just some very weird. No, I actually stopped it just a smidge early. Also because I wasn't sure if I was having an allergic reaction to it. Because I noticed like it was almost like my skin was peeling, right? So like my nose, it was like I had a sunburn and my nose was peeling, and then a little bit on my forehead. But then she said like, okay, that might have actually just been something that they used during the surgery. Maybe not the antibiotic, but kind of some yap. But yeah, I've just been super caught. Also, the last thing I want, you know, all things aside, like, of course, I don't want to have like any complications or you know have it done all over again. But I also don't want to, you know, tear a quad or tear a pec because of getting back into the swing of it too soon. Slash maybe higher risk, you know. Yeah, I mean, all things aside, yeah, on average, better for sure already. Feeling more productive to been cranking out some brand blue. I streamed that a few days ago. We're probably gonna stream that today as well. I finally got to like a decent enough spot, you know. I think I'm finally onto the chaos difficulty stuff, and the new character that I really wanted to play, I finally was able to swap, you know, do the hard swap, the main swap. So I forgot how good the game was. I've been saying that, but it's true. All right, we're loading up to 287. It's gonna be, yeah, probably Grand Blue. Like I said, next month I'm most excited for Beast of Reincarnation. I'm gonna double check the release date on that. I might be able to crank out one other game in between. Oh wait, no, I lied. Dang, that's August 3rd. I thought it was more mid-month August, but okay. 30 to 40 hour action. I kind of wish it was longer than 30 to 40, but I guess coming off of Crimson Desert and Grand Blue, where you can really spend a lot of hours, we'll take it. Yeah, definitely glad to be back though. It's funny because I told you guys like, what, my surgery was on Wednesday. I was like, yeah, you know, I'll be back to streaming by the weekend, and that was not the case. We did not replace workout streams with game streams. Mainly because sleep was really rough that first week. For sure. Alright, 287. A little bit heavier than Mondays. We might still go up just a smidge. We'll see how this feels. 302 is, I think, kind of our hard upper mid cap. Hello, my friend. It's time to get you. Welcome in, Mike. Am I back to fitness? Yeah. I'm back to doing everything. Let's see. I was back within that next week. I was kind of back to it. It was rough for sure. Because, like I said, yeah, the sleep. I would sleep like a few hours at a time. Having to sleep on my back and then propped up was not it. Let's see, so I had the surgery 2 Wednesdays ago. And then I started seeing people on Monday again. It was just like, I tried to have it to where everybody was kind of spaced out. So I didn't have one day where I was like there for like hours and hours at a time. It was like a few hours, you know, every day. What do we have here? HW Slave 4 Alpha. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Do you want a beef? Not a bad idea, huh? Honestly, I'm kind of waiting for this headache to go away. No, thank you. Welcome in. You ever have any questions, comments, suggestions? Drop them in the chat as always. Glad to have you in. All right, we'll go 302. .302 for you. Looks incredible, sir. I asked you how long you've been lifting. Oh man, it's been quite some time. We have been working out. Let's see. We started to get into it about when I was 18. So yeah, it's been like 12-ish years. 12 years, man. Goes by quick. We recently kind of focused on bulking up a bit, right? So maybe not quite as lean as where I was at, but yeah, we're gonna just fill out the current weight. All right, 302. Nice. Yeah, right now we're easing into it a bit. I had nasal surgery a few weeks ago, so I had to take a full week off. And then yeah, just making sure we're just you kind of easing into it. Obviously with lifting, there's just a lot of pressure buildup that can happen, so probably want to avoid a ton of pressure until everything's really nice and healed up. Sounds intense. Are you okay? I'm actually way better now. Yeah, I was having a lot of issues with sleep, and just some breathing with like things that I felt like I shouldn't have been out of breath from, and yeah, it was all kind of like nasal related. So yes, much better now. I'm hoping now I can get back to recovering much better, having more energy for the workout. I got some big goals. That's the thing, right? Everybody thinks it's all about what they do inside the gym, but resting recovery is super important. What you do outside of the gym is also pretty dang important. I think we'll do an initial set of 205 for 10 and see how it feels. I might go up just a smidge. We'll see. All right, look at us go. Got a lovely follow for today. Maybe dumb questions are different in which shoes get used. I think it depends, right? For general fitness people, probably not going to matter a ton outside of the one caveat would probably be like squat. You don't want to be wearing like some running shoes when you're squatting. They just feel awkward to squat in, and they usually have so much like just cushion and not a lot of stability, that they're not very great for like squats. But maybe that's nitpicking. For me as a power lifter, there are there are specifics that I tried to do, right? So these basically have no, I guess, heel raise, right? They're nice and flat to the ground. And they kind of have a nice grip at the bottom. They're essentially just like slippers, right? They're workout slippers. So they're nice and close to the ground. And have a little bit of that grip on the bottom, which is really good for deadlifts and bench press. If you're using like a bench press technique where you're really trying to get a lot of leg drive, you need to have something like this, or else you're gonna kind of like, your foot is gonna slip out. But again, that's very specific, mostly for like power lifters. And sometimes, like for me, for example, I know I'm not incredibly tall by any means, but I have like longer femurs in comparison. So I use for squats, I use a shoe that has a little bit of a heel raise. And that can help out when you have, maybe not very good ankle mobility or hip mobility, so that you can squat down deep enough. Yeah, Mike, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Makes so much sense. Thank you. Of course. Glad to answer any questions. But yeah, once I finish bench press, I'm just probably going to swap into my other shoes because I don't want to scuff these up. Socks are barefoot? Well, barefoot is going to be that reason of like, being very close to the ground, of course. And then having a good, a good ground to foot kind of contact, right? You're getting a lot of sensory information if you're barefoot. And you might also maybe work the foot muscles a little bit more. But I don't know. Most people, like, if you're going to a conventional gym, like, they don't want you to have they don't want you to be barefoot. And I'd say it's not that big of a deal either, The barefoot training, it gets a little bit overboard. Now, I'd say socks, I see that, and actually I probably even used to do that a little bit, but you might slip, It's not really providing you a good contact with the floor. But they're doing it because they probably just don't have shoes that are, like I mentioned. Tomorrow, biceps and try for me. Nice. Good old Sunday workout, huh? So Alpha, let's see here. Are you like newer to working out? Kind of getting started on your fitness journey, or where are you at along that spectrum? Years in, first year, a lot more stumbling about. Yeah, that's how it is too, you know. Definitely. A lot of learning. Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, not everybody has the, I guess the luxury of, being able to hire on somebody that can really teach them and coach them along as they get comfortable with things. But I mean, hey, I guess that was me once upon a time too, right? Like I went in blind, baby. Learn as you go, best you can. Learn as you go along. That's why I like having a platform now where it's like, if anybody has questions, I can be here to answer them as, I can. Felt fully comfortable and confident? Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's a little bit of a Dunning-Kruger effect too, right? It's like, initially it feels daunting, like there's so much to learn, and then you start to get here and you feel like you know everything, and then once you really start to become, an expert, you're like, I don't know anything again, right? There's a lot of things that I thought when I really knew everything, I felt very strongly about, but now I've peeled back on maybe some of those sentiments. I think there's always more to learn and grow from. The thing is, it's such a very sure, there's good research that can help guide us, but it's very experiential and individualistic. So I think anybody that's in that kind of related field is you have to be really good at I guess being adaptable, right, and understanding the person in front of you. Be able to pivot, because one queuing might work for like 10, 20, 30 people, and then it just does not click at all for somebody else. But with my own workouts, I mean, yeah, I've been comfortable for a while, for sure. I think 3 to 4 years in, you have a pretty good idea of, what works for you. And but you know, you can get by. It's always better if you can have somebody else's eyes and ears on your training. That's just how it is. You know, like I've been working out 12 years or so, but when I was competing in powerlifting, I had a powerlifting coach, and even if I was really serious about that now, I would still get a powerlifting coach. Coaches need coaches too. What would you say to look for in a coach or a trainer? Man, there's just so many out there. It's going to be tough to decipher that. I would say initially probably one that's going to take the time to hear you, your goals, anything that maybe you have to work around, you know, some barriers. And maybe credentials, potentially. But not always necessarily, right? There's some really good coaches that might not have professional, you know, credentialing or anything like that. That one's a toughie for sure. Everybody's trying to do it nowadays, you know? And, you know, of course, pricing is going to be important for, you know, the individual, like whoever as well, right? That's, I guess, kind of an obvious one that makes sense for you. Oh, man. All right, let's crank out this last set here. Dang it. And then we'll get to some accessory work. Those are good questions, though, for sure. Always love getting some questions in. All right. So, Alpha, what are your other interests? It's always interesting to hear like what people are interested in that like end up joining or popping in, right? Because like it's Twitch, right? So I expect most people they probably also probably are into gaming in some capacity. But then I actually have had some people where it's like, no, I don't do any gaming, and they just like I guess hang out on Twitch for the fitness and health. People traveling art and food. Okay, nice. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, on the channel's end, it's always a combination of the workout streams and then some gaming in between just to I mean I guess I can only bench press and do upper body so many times a week, so just to get some more frequency in on the streams. I do a little bit of gaming too. What kind of games do I normally get into? I would say it's pretty variety. I am a big MMO RPG kind of guy, but the problem is that's kind of when like there's actually good MMOs to play, which I mean, not necessarily the case unless you want to play like one of the older, you know, big 3, big 5, whatever you wanna say. So single players, I've been doing a lot more of some single player playthroughs. Which we've done, let's see, as of recent, Wu Chang, Black Myth Wukong, Resident Evil Requiem. Right now I'm working through the Grand Blue expansion. We played Metaphor Refantasio. I've never once, like, just the usual. There's a few like gacha / mobile games that I kind of have in the rotation that I'll pop into on occasion. So yeah, I mean it really is like a combination of whatever. Must plays on mobile. Like you are specifically playing off of mobile. That's actually... The problem with some of these mobile games nowadays is I'm like, I don't know how people can run this on a phone. Because like, they are just so... I don't know, like graphically advanced and like a lot of stuff going on. Because I play them on my computer mostly, right? So it's always really, I guess, kind of tough. Like, I don't know how some people play, like, Wuthering Waves, Neverness to Everness, Ark Knights Infield. I don't know how people play those types of games on their phone. But a good, like, mobile game, huh? I'll have to think on that. On like what I would like my #1 recommended. If you could only play from your phone, what would it be? Just without a physical controller or keyboard sometimes it's awkward. Yeah, true, that too. I guess my phone's a little on the older side, but and some of those games when I try to play them, that my phone gets hot. I think it kind of depends on what kind of game you're interested in too, you know? There's so many different, like, genres. sure if you pop in and hang out enough, you'll probably see me playing, you know, quite a variety of them. Actually, if you're into like, I don't know if you know what Slay the Spire is, but if you're into that kind of card, kind of game type thing, Chaos Zero Nightmare would actually probably be the one that I'd recommend on phone. Because then you don't necessarily have to worry about, you know, the controller kind of keyboard stuff. Like, it's obviously pretty chill and a little bit more like on the strategy side. But yeah, that's kind of niche in the sense of like, you gotta be into like the card game, like kind of strategy, Slay the Spire. Yep, Chaos Zero Nightmare. It's definitely just, I mean, I played since launch and I think it's just a pretty good time. Good thing is there's like game modes where you can play as much as you want to, or really, I guess, as little as you want to. You just log in, do the dailies that are super quick. So it's one that I can like pick up and like super grind if I want to, which is unique for like a mobile / gacha game, because it's usually just streamlined in the way that like you can only do so much every day, so that you log in every day. But that one, yeah, it's like a breath of fresh air. All right, let's see. We're gonna get pumping away here. Just making sure I have. Okay, good. Actually, give me 1 second real quick. I've been having to really blow a lot of stuff out since like the, you know, the surgery and everything. But yeah, feels a lot better. All right, accessory work time. We're gonna do our inverted supinated row. Oh, yeah, I'm sore from yesterday late night. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh. What kind of stuff? Different colors. I'm trying to think what I talking about me having to blow my nose and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been I am expelling some stuff. You know, it's a lot of it's still kind of like a little bit like blood tinged, you know. Maybe TMI. Yeah. Get all that stuff out. And I think the allergies kind of been kind of bad. Yeah. Doesn't help. Not TMI, fascinated. You need to be a doctor, I think. I mean, for me, it's not weird. It is interesting too when it's like you, right? Because I'm like, oh man, like I can't believe like this stuff is like, yeah. I think if you're the involved party, it's a little bit more relatable and interesting. But I mean, it's kind of gross, I guess, for people that haven't, had to deal with it specifically. The stents were really interesting, right? Because you have the surgery done, and what they do is they kind of like stick. They're pretty much like plastic spacers up into your nose, and I'm talking like all the way to the base of your nose. And you have those in until your follow-up, where they then like snip the stitches and then remove them. And man, you'd be surprised how like long those things are. It's kind of crazy. I would have never guessed that those things were up my nose for a full week. But a lot better off because of it, for sure. Let's see. And then affected area by the fires and smoke. No, not so much where I'm at now. Hopefully that resolves, I actually wonder. I don't know if I really have any viewers that are more so. Well, didn't the fires start in Canada, right? And then of course, like they would make their way probably south. But yeah, I don't think I have any Canadian, any usuals. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, I have people that will pop in from all over the place, but actually, yeah, Canada's not been one of them, I don't think, really. We'll get a bit of smoke blow over, not as bad, yeah. Can help sinuses. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the lat pull downs. Yeah, I think it's probably, I don't know. I'm not sure what they recommend. I imagine wearing a mask or something like that is probably smart if you're, really having to be outside for an extended period of time. All right. Rotate that over a bit. And get set up here. We'll try this. I don't know that I've gotten in some lat pull downs quite yet. Since, before the surgery. All right. I think everything's set up as usual. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's feeling heavier than usual for sure, but that's okay. Man, I can't wait to get into some Grand Blue today. I think where I'm at now, I don't know exactly. I don't know if I'm technically into the DLC now or not. Or expansion, whatever you want to call it. But I've definitely been cranking away and like trying to make some progress. So if not now, then pretty close. Let's see here. Okay. Where are we at time-wise? An hour 9? Okay. I might actually do a little walking pad walk at the end. When you come back to Genshin. Mike is persistent. I gotta make that like a freaking redeem or like a sub goal or like a follower goal that's just completely asinine, but you know that there's a chance. Telling me that there's a chance. Next patch is Naya, huh? Twerk channel redeem. Crazy work. But yeah, honestly, feeling pretty good with the workouts. First couple days, there's a few things that I was a little worried about, right? Because they were like some kind of pains and aches that I was having prior, and then taking a week off and then ramping back up on the workload. You might expect like a little bit of an exacerbation. I've been trying to be as smart as possible for like many different reasons. Of course, elbow was the one, but we were actually making pretty good headway where I was like doing pretty much back to doing whatever, no problem. And I even added in like some normal barbell squats versus the safety squat bar squats that I've been doing. The beginning of the week, it was like, oh, it's a little achy, a little sore, but yeah. End of the week, this is the last workout of the week. Pretty good in that regard. The other one was like left knee a little bit, but like I said, for some reason I felt like my quad was almost strained, so it was a lighter workout yesterday. I'm just trying to keep Humpty Dumpty together over here. Nah, I think now, you know, since Kilo's $100 in place for a neuro-G. That's funny. Guys, I can't wait until Aeon 2, man. I can't wait, man. I'm so glad that there are some good single-player games coming out between, like, now and Aeon 2, because, like, bro, I just can't wait, man. I need the MMO injected in the veins. Please. I probably will play the Taiwan version ahead of launch, because I do want to test out the classes and really get a good idea of what exactly I want to play, because they all look super good, super appealing, and I know it's going to be a tough choice. Gonna look for a bit while figuring out lunch. Heard that. Appreciate it. Hope you find something good. Aeon 2 is released in a different region, or different regions. The global launch is September. So yeah, you've probably seen people play the other version because it's not that hard. Like, I mean, you have to VPN, but like, yeah, it's not that hard to get it all figured out if you wanted to, you know, play the other region to just get a feel for it. My brother actually has done that. He's leveled like quite a few characters actually, but I don't know. I think we're all like very much looking forward to Aeon 2, you know. So yeah, I'll probably stream that whenever. Like I said, I'm gonna do it prior to launch. Especially as we start to get antsy and, you know, closer and closer. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do But for now, you know, there's some other stuff to play that is really good. So. I don't want to do it now and then make the wait much worse, you know? Like, I've gotten my hands on it and now I'm like, oh, please, like, I can't wait any longer. They came out with like a fifth weapon class, you know, the Brawler. I don't know, maybe pretty close to a month ago. And I don't know if we're gonna get it on launch. But that is the one that looks like the most interesting to me. Hey, you know what? Maybe I don't do blood flow restriction today. We'll just do some standard today. Aeon 2. That's the WoW killer. Smile. A new WoW killer, baby. Yeah, after we get all done with the workout, I'm gonna play some Grand Blue again. Oh, I finally was able to get in a spot where I felt like I could pivot to like one of the new characters that came out with the DLC, so that would be fun. Narmaya was pretty cool too, you know, the katana like character that I've been playing, but yeah, this other one's pretty sick too. There. You look a pretty good pump today, actually, though. Let's see, 119 my time, huh? Dude, the problem with, like, you mentioned Genshin, these games are getting way too crazy in terms of the game size. Like, the PC clients on these games are just getting way too freaking massive, man. That's the other thing with people that actually play those games on their phone. Like, I don't know how, man. It's like, it's just taking up so much space. And I had down bad on space on the computer. Whoa, 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 Naroji. Who needs to download it? You don't gotta do all that. All right, let's exercise. Yeah, last exercise, and then yeah, I probably should do like a little bit of get a little walk going on the walking pad before I get going on some Grand Blue. I'm being a potato. Gotta make sure the walking pad isn't collecting dust. Let's see. Actually, is my playlist still going? Oh, it swapped to like a different one. We'll pop back on this one here. All right. Do it. Well, I guess the headache's gone, and I mean, of course, movement might help a little bit with that. But I took my allergy pill and started feeling much better. There must be something high as hell out there. See, what I'm most happy about is the fact that I wasn't sure if I was quite getting the same amount of calories in, you know, that week of like post-surgery, but I actually maintained body weight pretty well, which is a big W. Let's get some cake. I will fug up some cake right now. Say less. Oh, the temperature where man, it's been warm for sure. But no, not the smoke or anything like that. Hopefully, you know, that gets resolved for people that are affected. But yeah, I don't know. It was just interesting because like my brother has been complaining about some headaches the past couple weeks, and then I had one the other day, and then I had one today, and my mother also had one today. So something is in the air, I guess, you know. I wouldn't say necessarily. It's definitely like I guess out of the usual for sure. That's important to mention. All right, one more set. And then a wee bit of a walk. Oh boy. Yeah, definitely looking forward. We're gonna be hitting the legs hard, I'm hoping. And it's been kind of nice getting back into some barbell squats. I've just been doing SSB for quite some time. Oh, old great man. Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid, good sir. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. And old Greg. Workout is going pretty good, pretty good. This week has been kind of just getting back in the swing of things. I had nasal surgery about 2 weeks ago, so I couldn't, well, pretty much couldn't lift for a full week because there's like a 10-pound weight restriction. So it was much needed though. I probably wouldn't have really wanted to work out much anyways that week because sleep was kind of rough, but now we are so much better, for it. Just got to make sure to be smart and ease into it, and I don't want to necessarily cause any complications either. So. Yeah, thank you for the raid. Let me get things pop in here. Out. Raid the bank. Or so worthless for the week or two after surgery since I can't exercise. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely no fun, but yeah, for me it was like, you're kind of forced to like have to sleep on your back, and then like you also want to, well, you don't want to, like you should sleep propped up for the first day, first couple days especially. So it was just really tough sleeping. Like I'm not a back sleeper like whatsoever. Like I just can't sleep on my back. So yeah, I was sleeping like a few hours at a time. So it just nothing good is going to come out of trying to work out like under those conditions. And that's coming from somebody who is always, very adamant about getting their workouts in. Not missing or skipping a workout. Okay, well, we got one more set of bicep, and then I'm going to do a little bit of like a walking pad walk. I actually am kind of a little bit more on the, the end of the workout, so you guys will get to hang out with me for a little bit. And then I'm going to play some Grand Blue, so we swap into some gaming. Little game stream after the workout stream. Car's still on that WoW grind. No IRL walking stream, just strap the computer to your back. Yep, it's like a backpack. We got this lovely walking pad inside though. How is the angle? I mean, not too shabby. Cameraman needs some work. Can't get sunburned inside, true. Okay, where is, we got this here. Oh, I need to make sure this cord kind of flipped out on me one time. It's gonna stay. There we go, that should work. Workout all done. Honestly, a pretty good return to lifting this week. I felt like I didn't overstep anything, but still pushed it pretty decent for the week, kind of returning back to some lifting. Oh, you know what? Maybe that is a bad angle to the freaking... Wait 1 sec, actually. It's kind of tough to get the decent side angle of this. It's just kind of whatever. You guys hear that, by the way? You guys hear the walking pad. Probably not too shabby. Definitely not over the music is what I'm hoping. Yeah, guys, it's gonna be some Grand Blue Fantasy Relink after we get done with this walk. I might make some food first and foremost, but then, you know, should be a pretty quick turnaround from the workout stream to some gaming. Gotta make sure to get a little bit of some more general physical activity. I hate to call this cardio, but this is, if you walk on a treadmill for like 15 to 20 minutes at this pace, this is not cardio. Unless you are severely out of shape, right? What's up, T2? Oh, we're a lot better now, that's for sure. It's been an interesting week of, yeah, like I said, there's just been like, you know, I mentioned before I had the surgery, it was always like super dry, and like my nose would always feel super full, like, you know, I had to blow it, but then like nothing really would come out. Now it's like I'm just like getting rid of like so much stuff, you know? And I keep just saying it's almost like you had a filter that was in for too long that really needed replacing, and now all of a sudden you finally replaced it, and now it's like working overtime. Because like, there was one night where I like, obviously I blew my nose, got rid of all that, you know, whatever you want to call it. Midnight, I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm like, man, this feels really full again. Blew my nose, and then in the morning, man, really full again. So, I don't know. I guess there was a lot of stuff just stuck up somewhere, and finally getting rid of it. I think it's that's crazy. On that note, we're gonna drop the stream on a few of the platforms.